Hello there, Libra. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your August 2022 reading. We're going to do a general reading, just see what energies are coming in for you, going to be around you. I cannot believe it is already August. It's ridiculous. This year, there's 4 months left and it's like going to go by so fast. Anyway, before we get into the reading, we're going to be using the singing bowl to connect to each other as a collective, and then as a collective to spirit, so we can get the most accurate and relevant reading for you guys. If you would like to take this time to call any specific guides, deities, archangels, any beings of light that you would like to be present for this reading, please feel free to do so. The more, the merrier. So let's get into it. All right, Libra, let's see. Spirit, speak to me and through me, to the Libra collective. Most accurate and relevant messages for the Libra collective, please, Spirit. So, current energy, Temperance, crossing you, 3 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords in your recent past, Tower in your future, Knight of Wands in your mind space, interesting, Hermit card in your subconscious, okay, the Empress in your advice from Spirit, Ace of Wands is the energies around you, the Moon for your hopes and fears, interesting. And the Ace of Swords for your outcome. 10 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, kind of underlying what you don't see coming. This is overworked, overburdened, having too much on your plate, not delegating properly, burnout. This is also a feeling of a cycle coming to an end, a completion of some sort. Something that was a lot of hard work and, a lot of hard work. All right, Temperance as your current energy, Sagittarius energy. This is deep healing, deep renewal, and like diving deep into the parts of you that need these things, that need healing, that need renewal, and some temperance, which is the act of, come on, you see how she's pouring the water from cup to cup? She's tempering it. She is patiently mixing and kind of using her alchemy and her balance. She's got 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on ground to represent that she's got 1 foot on the earth. She's very grounded. She's very connected to Mother Gaia, and 1 foot in the water, showing that she flows, that she ebbs, that she is in touch with her emotions, and she's kind of alchemizing these two things and integrating them into her being, so her emotions are more stable, and kind of mixing the earth with the water to stabilize her emotions, but also infuse her practical endeavors with this emotion and energy and charge that water carries. What's presenting as a challenge for you? 3 of Pentacles. You could be having some issues getting a team put together, finding people that want to work, finding people that work well with you. That's an important part of it. Having a team is one thing, but if they don't mesh well, if they're not good workers, if they're not really dependable, if they don't just work well with the team in general, it's not the same as having a really stable team that you can depend on to delegate and to do the tasks at hand, right? I feel like this might be a challenge for you because you either are having trouble with your existing team, like there could be a little bit of what's the word? Discord, I guess, within the team. For whatever reason, maybe two people aren't getting along. I really feel like this is just struggling to find all of the right pieces to fit in the puzzle. This could be struggling to find a lawyer, an accountant, whatever, an assistant. All of these things that you require to move yourself in your business. I feel like I'm speaking strongly to business owners. This could also be if you're in a corporate environment, this could be within your actual team. This could be like bosses you're having issues with, people that you are maybe supposed to supervise, not really getting along well. So there's some sort of dysfunction within your team if you do have a team at all. And if not, you're having trouble putting the team together. Yes, or placing people where they will thrive. Thank you. Yes. Recent past, Knight of Swords. This is kind of what led you to this Three of Pentacles being a challenge. You could have been moving really fast, moving kind of chaotically, a bit sporadic. This person just is like full force, doesn't care whose toes he steps on, doesn't really care what comes out of his mouth. I say he because it's a Knight, masculine energy, a little bit more immature. So you could have stepped on some toes. You could have maybe even burned some bridges with your actions, with your kind of impulsiveness, is what I'm getting. So if you did have, say you did have a team, or you had specific people that you worked with, those could be kind of falling apart a little bit, and it could be because of, this doesn't have to be you, it could be someone else's actions, very chaotic, very all over the place, not really having their shit together, is what I'm getting. And then the near future, the Tower. No one ever likes seeing the Tower show up in their reading because it indicates that something is going to be falling apart, something is going to be crumbling to the ground. For you guys, though, you kind of like the chaos and you kind of like the upheaval and like, I don't know, whatever. They don't seem to bother you as much as they do other people. You guys kind of embrace everything as a learning experience, and that is the great thing about you. And it's also what I point out to people when they see the Tower and they get really like, oh no. It's the good thing about the Tower, and yes, there's a good thing about the Tower, is that it only removes the non-essential. Anything that was already flimsy, gonna crumble, gonna come falling down on you eventually, is just knocked away. So you can then rebuild, you can see what you have left, you can see who you have left, who's still around you, supporting you, willing to help you rebuild. And those who weren't willing to do that, who were kind of only here because maybe you were doing really well, or you are doing really well, and you were able to provide certain things for them. If they're part of this unsteady foundation, things that are holding you back, things that are keeping you kind of stuck or smaller in this smaller space when you're wanting to grow and expand and do more, it's just going to remove all of that. Whether that's people, situations, relationships, partners, whatever it is, it will be removed. It could feel a little bit traumatic. It could feel very dramatic and chaotic, but it is for the best. And you guys already know that, so I'm going to move on. This is interesting for your mind space. You have the Knight of Wands. Again, this is a very young, kind of immature, but fire energy. So it's kind of the same as air. With the impulsivity and the quickness with which they move. This is a very fast-talking, fast-moving person, as is this. They are very much doers. They're action-oriented. I feel like for you, though, with this being in your mind space, you're very focused on networking, is what I'm getting, and your charisma and kind of drawing people in with your personality. And that could play a lot into this Three of Pentacles. Maybe you're trying to kind of shift how you're perceived by people, and you want to be perceived more in like a fun, charismatic, inspiring, warm person versus a very cold, very straightforward, could be very reckless with their mouth kind of energy. What is in your subconscious at this time? The Hermit. You could find yourself being really drawn to alone time, really drawn to seclusion, to disengaging. You might not want to go out. You might not want to socialize. You might not even want to be around like your closest friends or even your partner at this time, because you're just really trying to draw back and refocus your energy is what I'm getting. You might not know that you're doing it because it is in your subconscious, but you could be feeling that pull towards, and I would acknowledge it and embrace it. There's nothing wrong with needing and wanting, even if you don't need it, you just want it, to disengage. That could be social media too. As you can see, she is shutting her computer and kind of walking away from it. This could indicate to me also that maybe you're taking a break from, like, something's really racking your brain. You could be taking a break from it, walking away and letting it kind of sit overnight and coming back to it with a fresh mind, with a fresh heart, and kind of gaining a new perspective, a new clarity about it. Advice from Spirit. You have the Empress here. This is your card. So this, to me, is saying, look in the fucking mirror and realize how spectacular, and abundant, luxurious, provided for you actually are. You have probably more than most. Not to compare yourself to anybody else, but if you were to kind of take stock of what you have in the material world and even in the spiritual world, I feel like you have more than most. And Spirit is saying recognize that, embrace that, and kind of sink back into your Empress energy. Even if you're male, this is still same message. This is just divine feminine, your creation space. Spirit could be saying, if you can't, the solution to this problem, if you can't get the people that you already have currently to fit in the roles that you want, maybe create that role for them, or just create the team, your dream team that you're looking for. You don't have to settle for what you have. You are always able to, and I hate to say this, but you're always able to fire people and to let go of people who just aren't what you're looking for, right? You don't have to settle, is what I'm getting. Energies around you. Ace of Swords. There's lots of inspiration, new ideas, new things taking root, people going in new directions, and just receiving these really inspired ideas and inspired actions. You could be seeing people post about them a lot. You could be getting, like, when you talk to your friends, asking what they're up to, like, oh my god, listen, I had this great idea and I'm blah 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 blah, and they just are so fired up and so gung-ho about this thing that they're doing, and it's beautiful. And I love the Ace of Wands energy, because it's like that first strike of a match when it gets big and beautiful and bright, and it kind of illuminates everything around it. So you have these like really clear visions and really solid ideas and all of the passion and fire to go with it. I think it's a really beautiful energy. Your hopes and your fears. Interesting in that the moon showed up. For me as a reader, this is Cancer's card. Cancer is ruled by the moon. I know a lot of people say Pisces for whatever reason. The moon card is associated with Pisces. For me, it's Cancer. So your hopes and your fears could be tied up into a Cancer. This could be a child. It could be a spouse, significant other, whatever, friend. I feel like I'm trying to articulate this energy that I'm picking up on, this feeling. because I feel like you're holding on to them really tight. This could be some sort of codependent relationship if this is a child and they are kind of getting ready to maybe leave the house, leave the nest, leave in some sort of capacity. It feels like you can kind of feel the disconnect happening, and your hope is that you can hang on to this relationship, this whatever it is, and keep it like it is. But I don't see that happening. I see it changing. I see it kind of expanding into something maybe even better, maybe bigger and brighter. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be this clinging to something out of fear is the energy that I'm getting from this. Your hope is that you can keep things the way that they are, and your fear is that they're going to change and that this person might evolve and expand past you, or whatever that kind of fear is that you're focused on. Or maybe that they'll wake up one day and realize that they don't necessarily need you. I hope that you're not with someone who like needs you and depends on you, because that, again, very codependent. I would maybe assess the relationships in your life. Are they healthy, or are they codependent? Your outcome for this, Ace of Swords. You will be receiving a lot of clarity, a lot of downloads, a lot of insight around what. It's not really clear. Just know that if you are kind of through mid to end of August, if you find yourself seeking answers and kind of cloudy and not really knowing what's what, your clarity will come. You will receive... All right, I'm going to take it because it fell out and it flipped over. You will be receiving the guidance, the clarity, the download, the insight, the truth, the messages that you've been waiting for, that you've been wanting and kind of needing. Honestly, maybe you don't even know that you want them, but you definitely need them. You need to know this information, and it's coming to you to kind of, again, shine a light on what's around you, and so you can see everything clearly and make your next move, plan accordingly. All right, what else do we have here for Libra Spirit? One more card for Libra, please. Goddess. Card number 14. All right. So let's read about our crow first. Spiritually strong, creative, and watchful, the crow has long been a symbol of magic. A crow personality is drawn to the supernatural and has a gift for seeing the unseen, knowing the unknown. It is said that the crow holds within its mind's eye 3 realities, past, present, and future. Crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. Those with crow tendencies must balance their lives with healthy diet, joyful friends, and regular self-study. When in balance, psychic, strong, and clear. When out of balance, ungrounded and hypersensitive. To bring into balance, daily meditation practice, which I think is great advice for anybody. Daily meditation is very, very, very importante. Goddess. Discernment. A goddess is not available to everyone. Sure, she may receive prayers and offerings, but only a lucky few will ever have the privilege of seeing her true form. A goddess must evaluate a person's true desires to determine whether or not they are pure of heart and will appreciate her gifts. You, too, are a goddess with the ability to limit access to your energy. Do not feel pressured to say yes to every opportunity requesting your attention. The situation you are inquiring about requires additional evaluation before you can proceed. Does this situation truly align with what you'd like to have in your life right now? Is this something you truly enjoy, or are you settling out of fear or worry that you won't get another chance like this? A goddess never settles because she knows the universe provides unlimited opportunities for her to share her gifts with the world. You too will be blessed over and over again. Give yourself the time and space to consider all of your options before deciding which one will be lucky enough to be part of your life. If something slips away while you do this, trust that it wasn't worthy of your attention to begin with. I love that. I feel like that's the Empress energy. Using your discernment, knowing your power, knowing your place, knowing that you are an Empress, a goddess. Even again, if you're male, this still applies for you. And then kind of picking and choosing what you allow into your life. This, I feel like, has a lot to do with business, and also a lot to do with this team that you're trying to build. Use your discernment. Don't get desperate just to have a body to do the work. Build a really solid, functional, joyful team. You need joyful friends who have positive energy, who don't complain, who come to work every day with a really positive attitude. Instead of this ho-hum, shit-talking, whatever it is that you may or may not like, don't settle. The universe will provide you exactly what you're looking for as long as you release the things that aren't what you're looking for with ease and grace. And know that what you are looking for is looking for you and will be provided for you. All right, guys. I love you all so very much. I hope that your August is beautiful, fantastic, bright and shiny, everything that you ever hoped for. I love you all so very much, and I will see you next time. Bye.